Distinguished colleagues, fellow enthusiasts of Chrome and combat, and purveyors of digital pugilism, good morning. Or good afternoon, as the case may be. Look around this room. We are here today to discuss a mobile title, a digital spectacle, that has long since passed the typical expiration date for its genre. We are here to ask a deceptively simple question that unlocks a complex economic, design, and sociological study: is World Robot Boxing 2 WRB2 still playable? Playable. It is a term we toss around often in the gaming sphere, but what does it truly signify? Does it mean the servers are still online? Yes. Does it mean the code still functions without catastrophic bugs? Hopefully. But to call a game playable in the context of longevity, in the context of a title that demands your time, your emotional investment, and perhaps even your wallet, is to ask if it still offers a compelling, competitive, and continuously rewarding experience that justifies its existence against a tide of newer, shinier, graphically superior contenders. My thesis today is this: WRB2 is not merely playable, it is an enduring titan of the mobile fighting genre, cemented by a masterfully simple yet deep combat core, sustained by a devoted, almost cult-like community, and preserved by its unique positioning within the nostalgia of the real Steel IP. For too long, WRB2 has been dismissed as a casual mobile brawler. We will dismantle that perception today. Over the next 40 minutes, we will delve into the three iron pillars that support the entire structure of the game's longevity. 1. The enduring mechanics and design, the blueprint of depth. We will analyze why the tap-and-swipe system, often criticized for simplicity, offers a nuanced, high-skill ceiling that keeps veterans hooked. 2. The community and content ecosystem, the arena's roar. We will examine the crucial, though often overlooked, role of the game's dedicated player base and the efficacy of its content recycling strategy. 3. Nostalgia, accessibility, and the mobile market, the legacy. Finally, we will place WRB2 within the current mobile gaming landscape, exploring how its real steel roots and its perfect accessibility make it a timeless entry point for millions. The journey we embark on is a testament to the game's own narrative, a journey of attrition, of upgrades, and of ultimate victory. Let us begin by examining the steel heart of the matter, the combat itself. Core Pillar 1, the enduring mechanics and design, the blueprint, approximate 1,600 words. Transition with energy, perhaps a slight shift in position. The first, and most critical, reason for WRB2's enduring playability is the purity of its combat system. When a reviewer in 2018 or 2019 first encountered the game, the immediate temptation was to label it a button-mashing game, a shallow husk of its cinematic inspiration. This assessment is not just inaccurate, it fundamentally misunderstands the difference between a simple input method and a complex combat equation. Like the paradox of simple inputs and deep output. WRB2's controls are deceptively minimal: a tap for light attack, a swipe for heavy attack, directional swiping for dodges, and a block button. Crucially, there is no virtual D-pad. The robot's movement is dictated by a fluid dance of defensive maneuvers and aggressive closing of distance. The depth is not found in the complexity of a 12-button combo chain, but in the timing, the spacing, and the RPS, rock-paper-scissors, logic embedded in every interaction. Every robot, including popular models like Prowler, which we see prominently featured in the game's promotional material and story mode, is defined by distinct hitboxes, recovery frames, and specific power attack windups. This creates a fighting game ecosystem where knowledge, not just twitch reflexes, is king. The dodge and punish loop, the primary skill ceiling resides in the ability to perfect dodge. A successful, perfectly timed directional dodge, up, down, left, or right, provides a brief window of invulnerability and, more importantly, a guaranteed, unblockable punish window. This single mechanic transforms the game from a slugfest into a game of lethal precision. Mastering the animation cues of every single robot in the roster, from the lumbering power of Zeus to the rapid-fire aggression of Adam, is the metagame of WRB2. The truly dedicated players are not tapping faster, they are simply predicting better. They are playing chess at the speed of light. The combo chain integrity, combos are not infinite. They are constrained by the robot's energy meter and the inherent knockback of certain attacks. A successful combo is less about performing a sequence and more about understanding that stagger limit of the opponent. The most impactful strategic choice is often not whether to continue a combo, but when to voluntarily terminate it, thereby preserving energy for a crucial defensive maneuver or a devastating special move. This resource management layer adds a psychological dimension. Do I commit to the burst damage, or do I hedge my bets for defensive utility? D. The strategic pillars, special moves and the ultimate. The second layer of mechanical depth is the management of the two primary energy meters, the special move meter and the ultimate meter. 1. Special moves. The utility. Each robot has 3 unique special moves tied to its class, e.g., heavy hitter, tank, striker. These are not simply damage dumps. They often serve tactical functions. Interrupts. Certain specials have low-profile wind-ups designed to break an opponent's attack chain. Spacing tools. Others, like a lunging grapple or a swift dash, are used to cover distance rapidly or escape corner pressure. Status effects. The application of burn, shock, or bleed, each with distinct damage overtime and utility effects, demands that players understand the meta counters. A player facing a bleed-heavy team must prioritize robots with high bleed resistance, turning team composition into a strategic pre-fight puzzle. 2. The ultimate. The finish. The ultimate attack is the game's spectacle, the literal coup de grace. Charging it requires absorbing and dealing significant damage. The decision to deploy the ultimate is the most high-stakes choice in the match. It's an unblockable, guaranteed, high-damage attack. However, the opponent can counter the ultimate with a perfectly timed button press during the ultimate animation's brief defensive window. This counter mechanic ensures that the ultimate is not a win button but a risk-reward spectacle, forcing the attacking player to predict the opponent's counter attempt, and the defending player to maintain icy composure under intense pressure. This single interaction, the ultimate and its counter, is a perfect microcosm of WRB2's design philosophy: maximum drama derived from minimal input. C. The economic engine, the grinding loop and progression. No discussion of a mobile game's playability is complete without addressing its progression system, which is intrinsically tied to its free-to-play economy. WRB2 excels here by creating a multi-dimensional grind. Players are simultaneously chasing multiple forms of progression, ensuring that no match ever feels wasted. Robot tiers. The ascent. Advancing robots from, say, Tier 1 to Tier 5 is a long-term goal that dictates the maximum potential of the robot. This vertical climb provides a satisfying, tangible sense of power growth. The upgrade loop. The daily grind. The constant need for specific component parts, gears, cores, chips, and gold drives daily play through the story mode and event modes. This cyclical demand creates an evergreen necessity for the game's fundamental activities. The promise of rewards after completing story mode episodes, as seen in the accompanying image, is a direct, immediate gratification loop that feeds the long-term vertical progression. The modifiers system, the customization. The introduction of passive mods, like increased critical hit chance, or reduced special meter cost, adds a final layer of player-driven strategy. A player can tune a defensive tank robot to have higher offensive capabilities through mod selection, making 2 identical Tier 5 robots play fundamentally differently based on the player's build choices. In summary, the mechanics of WRB2 are not just functional, they are optimized for retention. They offer a low entry barrier for the casual player but reserve a high skill ceiling for the devoted expert, ensuring the game's blueprint remains compelling years after its launch. Core Pillar 2, the community and content ecosystem. The arena's roar, approximate 1,500 words. Shift to a more observational, community-focused tone. A perfectly designed game is a ghost if it has no players. The second pillar supporting WRB2's longevity is its vibrant, resilient, and arguably stubborn community, complemented by a lean, efficient content release schedule. The enduring community backbone. Mobile games in their 5th or 6th year often face a collapse of their player base. WRB2 has avoided this fate, not through continuous, massive marketing campaigns, but through the consolidation of a dedicated core. The power of the alliance system. The in-game alliance system is not just a glorified chat room, it is the fundamental social unit of the game. It drives cooperative play, provides shared progression rewards, and, most importantly, instills a sense of accountability. Players return not because of a new update, but because their alliance needs them to complete the daily alliance missions or secure a top rank in the weekend alliance war. This mutual reliance is a powerful retention tool, transforming the solo grind into a team effort. The PvP ladder, a constant proving ground, the core of competitive play rests in the versus mode. While new players will likely only see the bottom half of the ladder, the top echelons are a ruthless, highly optimized competitive arena. The same players often dominate the leaderboards, creating rivalries and a metagame focused on robot counters, mod optimization, and predictive AI exploitation. The community acts as its own content generator, constantly debating the latest broken build or the most effective counter strategy for the current meta favorite. The content creator economy, microscale. While WRB2 does not command the streaming numbers of a Fortnite or a Genshin Impact, it sustains a microeconomy of dedicated content creators on platforms like YouTube and Discord. These creators focus heavily on 1. Tier lists, constantly debating and revising the optimal robots for the current season. 2. Tutorials, offering deep dive guides into the specific perfect dodge timing for difficult raid bosses. 3. Gacha pulls and showcases, sharing the high-risk excitement of new robot acquisitions. This self-sustaining cycle of debate and guidance keeps the community engaged and provides accessible, player-generated knowledge for newcomers. B. The efficiency of content recycling, the seasonal blueprint. In the modern gaming era, massive content drops are expected. WRB2, however, operates on a leaner, more sustainable model that relies heavily on recycling existing assets and systems in novel ways. This is a crucial distinction between playable and new seasonal events and reskins. The game frequently introduces seasonal, time-limited events. These events rarely require wholly new code or assets. Instead, they cleverly reskin existing modes, like daily challenges or the hella challenging events, with new reward tracks, often themed around real-world holidays or in-game lore. This change the reward, keep the challenge strategy keeps the player busy without taxing the development budget excessively. New robot introductions, the whalebait. While the roster is vast, the introduction of a new, highly anticipated robot, often a legendary tier character requiring significant resource investment or direct purchase, serves multiple purposes. 1. Revenue spike. It provides a necessary injection of capital, often referred to as whalebait, to sustain the development and server maintenance costs. 2. Meta shakeup. A new robot, by necessity, introduces a new set of hitboxes, special moves, and abilities. This forces the competitive community to adapt, learn new dodge timings, and completely revise their existing counter strategies, effectively refreshing the competitive metagame without an overhaul of the core mechanics. The story mode is a rerunnable asset. The story mode, the amateur league, prowler episodes, etc., visible in the image, is designed to be infinitely replayable, not just for the narrative, but for the resource acquisition. The ability to farm specific stages for high-value components ensures that even non-PvP players have a constant, meaningful objective, transforming the linear narrative into a perpetual resource fountain. Ultimately, WRB2's ecosystem thrives because it prioritizes deep engagement over superficial novelty. It knows its core audience and delivers precisely the content necessary to keep the perpetual motion machine of resource gathering and competitive rivalry spinning. Core Pillar 3, Nostalgia, Accessibility, and the Mobile Market, the Legacy, approximate 1,400 words. Adopt a broader, more analytical tone, stepping back to view the game in context. The final pillar supporting WRB2's playability is its contextual relevance, its place in the broader gaming landscape, defined by its powerful intellectual property and its exceptional accessibility. The undying appeal of the Real Steel IP. WRB2 is not a generic robot fighter, it is the official mobile successor to the Real Steel universe. This connection is not merely a coat of paint, it is a fundamental draw for two distinct demographic groups. The nostalgia player. For many, the game is a direct link back to the 2011 film. Robots like Adam and Zeus are not just game characters, they are icons of a beloved science fiction property. The game's commitment to accurately portraying the look and feel of the franchise, the grime, the spectacle, the palpable weight of the metal, is what draws players in. This cohort is less concerned with the latest meta and more interested in collecting and upgrading their favorite cinematic characters. This emotional investment ensures long-term loyalty that pure gameplay mechanics often fail to deliver. The IP-curious player. As new generations discover the Real Steel film on streaming platforms, WRB2 serves as the primary, high-quality interactive companion. It is the most accessible way to step into the robot boxing world. The game's visual fidelity, which remains surprisingly robust despite its age, keeps the experience feeling authentic to the high production values of the movie. B. Accessibility as a modern design advantage. In a market saturated with massive, resource-intensive, and often confusing mobile games, WRB2's accessibility is a monumental, if understated, feature. Hardware efficiency. WRB2 runs smoothly on a vast range of older and mid-tier mobile devices. This is a critical factor for global playability, particularly in emerging markets where the latest flagships are cost-prohibitive. The optimization of the graphics engine means less battery drain and fewer lag-related issues, making it a reliable, portable option for a quick fighting fix. The learning curve, the gentle slope as discussed, the simple control scheme minimizes the initial frustration often associated with fighting games. A new player can understand the basic mechanics of attack and defense within their first 5 minutes. The complexity only reveals itself gradually, creating a satisfying, rather than overwhelming, difficulty curve. The progression from mashing to mastering the perfect dodge is a self-paced journey that respects the player's time and skill level. The low commitment time, the core gameplay loop, a 3-round bout, is intrinsically suited for mobile engagement. Matches are fast, typically under 90 seconds, allowing players to fit meaningful progression into brief windows, a bus ride, a coffee break. This snackable format makes WRB2 an ideal complementary title to more time-intensive games, contributing to its staying power. It never demands 4 hours, it is happy with 4 minutes. See, comparison to the current mobile fighting landscape. When we benchmark WRB2 against its modern contemporaries, the next-generation 3D fighters, the older game's strengths become crystal clear. Simplicity versus overload. Newer titles often try to integrate RPG elements, base building, and complex narrative threads into the fighting shell. WRB2 is relentlessly focused on fighting. It does what it does well and avoids feature bloat. This purity of purpose is a form of design discipline that prevents the game from suffering from feature fatigue. The fair grind. While the game is monetized, the free-to-play pathway to acquiring and maximizing even legendary robots is a matter of time and dedication, not insurmountable paywalls. The grind is visible and achievable, instilling a sense of accomplishment in F2P players who eventually defeat a player who simply bought their way to the top. This sense of earned victory is the antidote to playability fatigue. Therefore, WRB2 stands as a testament to strategic longevity. It successfully bridges the gap between cinematic nostalgia and modern mobile expectations, offering a compelling, accessible, and mechanically deep experience that continues to justify its download button. Conclusion. The final bell, approximate 500 words. Return to the initial spot, slow the cadence slightly for emphasis. We began with a question: is WRB2 still playable? After this analysis, the answer is an emphatic, unqualified yes. But more importantly, we now understand why. It is not playable by accident, but by design. The enduring playability of World Robot Boxing 2 is a masterclass in resilient mobile game architecture, sustained by the convergence of 3 powerful forces. 1. The mechanical excellence. The deceptive simplicity of the tap-and-swipe controls conceals a high-skill, RPS-driven core loop, where perfect dodges and strategic ultimate counter mechanics transform a simple brawler into a nuanced study of animation frames and timing. The core act of fighting remains deeply satisfying. 2. The content sustainability. A dedicated, alliance-driven community and a clever content recycling strategy ensure that the game remains socially relevant and provides constant, achievable objectives. The competitive versus mode acts as an organic, self-regulating engine for metagame innovation. 3. The cultural context. The powerful nostalgia and recognizable assets of the real Steel IP, combined with a highly optimized and accessible client